How'd you like to learn a simple way to literally multiply your income beyond what you ever expected? Thousands of top marketers have discovered what I'm about to show you, that applying alliteration, the repetition of sound, to the name or slogan of whatever you're trying to sell can boost the number of people buying from you beyond what you ever expected. Here, let me show you some examples. Look at these products. Coca-Cola, Best Buy, PayPal, TikTok. You think it's a coincidence that all these blockbusters use alliteration in their names? Absolutely not. How about Biden's Build Back Better and Trump's Make America Great Again, okay, that he took from Ronald Reagan? All the experts who came up with these understand the power of alliteration, the repetition of sound, in boosting the results they want, just like you can. Here's how you can start applying power alliteration to whatever you're trying to sell. First, start by listing the words that describe what your product or service is. Then find words that have the same letter or sound standing out when you hear them. Then decide what feels like the best alliteration name for you when you put it together. Now here, let me show you how it works. When Lucille Ball and Desi Arnez were launching their TV show, they wanted the name Lucy in the name, Lucille Ball, so Lucy. So what's another word that begins with the letter L? How about lucky? They could have called the show Lucky Lucy. Okay. What else begins with the letter L? How about the word love? I love Lucy. There we go. That worked and helped turn their show into a blockbuster. Then their production company, Desilu Studios, launched other shows like Mission Impossible and Star Trek. You think it's a coincidence that both these blockbuster shows also use alliteration in their names? Mission Impossible, Star Trek, I was just looking it up. What is a trek? Okay, I wasn't totally clear on what a trek is, although my wife was. Well, here's a definition. A trek is essentially a long and often difficult journey, especially one undertaken on foot, and can involve traveling through rough terrains like mountains and forests. And yet they called the show Star Trek. I love Star Trek. I don't know if you guys do or gals, but it's a great name. So you think it's a coincidence, or do you think they all understood the power of alliteration when coming up with a name for their product or show? Okay, so now know this, and this is important to note. The brain loves alliteration. So applying it to the name or slogan that you're coming up with can boost the selling power of your product beyond what you ever expected. So here's another example of how alliteration multiplied growth beyond what anyone ever expected. In martial arts, it's a real pain going anywhere because you have to carry so much equipment with you. To solve this, the owner of a major martial arts equipment company came up with a huge, incredible backpack. To make it the highest quality possible, he also added 19 pockets and pouches, including hidden pockets to hide money, pockets to hold computers and your phone, and more. Now, the problem was this. He worked so hard to create all these features that he decided to call it the travel locker. He also created a smaller version that fits on an airplane's overhead compartment, so you want to make sure if it's so big, it won't fit in there, okay? So why do I say that the name he came up with was a problem? Easy. In marketing, we typically get one single opportunity to explain to anyone why they would be interested in whatever we're selling. So for this backpack, what's the main reason why anyone should ever want to get this backpack? It's the size. It's giant, okay? It's the only major backpack so big that it can carry just about everything you need in a single bag. But the name Travel Locker doesn't fully explain the size, does it? So I created a new ad and name for the product using alliteration. First, it's basically a big backpack, okay? But it's a big backpack. So now, I'm telling everyone what it is with alliteration, okay? Then I wanted to call it the monster backpack because it's so big. But then I realized calling it the beast, a backpack so big that it holds all your gear, uses alliteration, a repetition of sound even better. The beast, a backpack so big, buh, buh, buh. My change to this ad skyrocketed sales, and I mean skyrocketed sales beyond what we all ever expected and better than the initial ad that they came up with. Just like it can for whatever you're selling. So, how about you? Like I did, start by listing all the words that you could think of that say exactly what you're selling and why it's good. Like it's a big backpack, okay? For you, what is it about your product, service, or idea that you're trying to sell? Then find other words with the same sound. Ultimately, select one of the words or phrases that fit nicely into the title or slogan that you're using, and there's an incredible chance that your results will skyrocket higher than you ever expected. And by the way, alliteration is one of 14 brain triggers that I show you in my book, Brain Glue, that you might find very interesting. Check it out at yesbrainglue.com. And if you like this video, click like, share, and subscribe so you can get access to the other videos I'm creating that are also designed to help grow your business higher and faster than it is now. For now, like Coca-Cola, I Love Lucy, and more, remember this. If you apply alliteration to your product name and sales pitch, there's an incredible chance your income will skyrocket bigger and faster than you ever expected. Enjoy.